Welcome back to the channel, everyone, and today we're going to be using Queen Charge Lalo to dissect some of the common internet bases that you might be seeing in Legends or even just in Wars alone. So we're going to check out some of the Queen Charge Lalo attacks. I am by no means an expert at all. There were some of these bases that I did probably 10, 11 times just practicing and seeing if I can get it. I was like, no, I'm going to be determined to get this 3-star. But some of them I did quite a bit, so you can see some crazy entries here. But it's definitely a really strong strategy if you put a lot of practice in. So hopefully you guys enjoy these raids, and I'm breaking down the attack as well as the thought process that goes into them. I do want to thank Lucas for putting up all of these FCs here, and we're just non-stop over on my live stream, which you guys are more than welcome to check out. The link is down in the video description over on my Twitch channel. Make sure you guys go ahead and like and also follow over there. Turn on notifications so you do know when I go live, because you guys can literally join in these FCs, and you can also ask me any questions that you guys may have. But now, let's jump into some of these attacks with the Queen Charge Lalo. Alright, so the first Legends base that might be coming, you might have starting to see a little bit more and more, is this first one right here. And we're going to hit this with the Queen Charge Lalo. And we were doing a ton of FCs on stream, and it's a good way to practice and figure out different ways to kind of break a base down. And this one I hit maybe a few times here, and came from a couple different angles. The big thing is that this queen is pretty far away from the Eagle Artillery, which is on the bottom side, which the sweepers are both pointing that way. But the very nice thing about here is to double wall break right into both of those layers. Don't have a jump spell, so the queen can get into this multi-target inferno. And that queen taking down that multi then lets the loons and everything path around the base and saving the Stone Slammer for the town hall. So keeping the queen under a rage right through here, and then the queen's going to walk this way down the base. And as the queen is actually going to continue to walk, and once she kind of aggroes this archer tower right here that's on the edge, I believe, then I drop a balloon to help try to pick that off, and so the queen will continue to move around. Some minions for cleanup, and then she takes out 2 multi-target infernos. I think that's 3 air defenses as well through this walk here. But if you got to jump, maybe it would give you access to jumping into the town hall. I think she would still walk around the ring around this side. But popping the queen ability and now dealing with the clan castle, which whatever it is, in this case it is a lava hound baby. But we're going to fly our way right around the base like this. We're going to have to fight the sweeper as it's going to blow us back. But I'm saving the Stone Slammer for the core, for the town hall. And then I believe I popped the Warden ability pretty early to help take care of and make sure these balloons are protected, because the Stone Slammer is going to be responsible for the town hall. So I don't need to worry about using the Warden ability over the town hall. And it might be a little tough to get to because there's a ton of stuff there as well. And so the balloons are moving their way through. That heal spell is really nice here in this base to heal the balloons before they're making a round. Plus there's no more lava hound to kind of tank for the loons because it's getting stuck on defenses. It won't go from air defense to air defense. It will just go to the very next defense there. And then the Stone Slammer is going to help move around the backside of the space. So this is a really strong strategy. This base right here, but granted, how many times are you going to have this exact army obviously cooked up for Legends League? Maybe you can give it a shot, but this ended up working, and I've done a bunch of Queen Charge Lalo legend attacks, and to say the least, I am no pro. I am definitely not the person to go to for those attacks. I'm more of an Electron or Sui Lalo or something that does not involve my queen suing in. And also, I put a baby dragon inside this clan castle, which kind of helps. Let's say there's a bunch of air skellies. The baby dragon helps clear the air skellies right there in just enough time to get this one down for the 3-star on this common internet base. Let's go and check out the next one. Alright, so here is the next common internet Legends base that you might have seen a couple times. And the beautiful thing about the Queen Charge on this one is you can drop the queen here, and she's going to self-funnel around the base here. We're going to take a look. The interesting thing about this is with the sweepers both pointing over the town hall, it can be a little annoying trying to get to this, but this Queen Charge Lalo breaks this down. I want you to keep an eye out on the wall breakers and trying to break into here. So in this case, I accidentally dropped one wall breaker off center. So if you drop one extra wall breaker to break the wall, that extra wall breaker won't break the wall there, but it will continue to go forth. And here it would pop and find that giant bomb, which is really nice. But you just want to break in and actually get through this second layer here so the queen follows up. And then the king's going to go on the top side. And now the queen is responsible for this whole top section with the eagle, the queen, the multi. And she's literally walking all the way up here and clearing everything. All three of the air defenses, the eagle, the queen, dropping the freeze to take the enemy queen down, and then raging the queen all the way through here, which is really nice. And also going to be able to take out the clan castle. And now the queen took out the eagle, which is really good. Now she's going to continue around the base, and now comes the Lalo, right? So the slammer's coming into here. You might be able to actually get away with just one hound, and you can take more balloons if you want. So the hound literally is going to come here, tank for this. More loons are going to come over here. Then you're going to pretty much haste this area. But you do want to heal here because of this multi-target inferno. So you're going to heal, and then by the time you're going to then reach up to 51%, Town Hall will activate, and then you will use the Grand Warden Eternal Tome. But you have to keep your eye on the Queen because she is actually walking the top, and she's going to take care of that multi-target inferno out there, that air defense, wizard tower, so much. And plus, looks like there's a tornado trap there as well. As long as you have your Grand Warden, yes, the balloons, and if you don't time it right, the balloons will take some damage. But if the Grand Warden's there, the balloons will not die, and absolutely takes this base down right here. We were doing a ton of FCs over on the live stream, and that is where we were doing these here, and we use this clan Black Tiger to do a lot of the FCs at Town Hall 12, or even some other Town Halls as well, but mostly Town Hall 12. For this was the Queen Charge Lalo. Again, I am probably one of the worst Queen Charge Lalo attackers, but this was actually like one of the first try attempts on this base, this kind of entry, and it ended up actually working out really, really well. But when you get the Queen Charge Lalo down, it is one of the best and coolest looking attack strategies. All right, next up is going to be a Dr. Mutaba style base. At least that's what I heard, so that's what I'm going with here. But we were doing a lot of FC, so this one I tried many different tries. And this was actually the first kind of planning that I was initially thinking of what I should do with the queen. But it was very important that the king dropped on that spell factory so that he can move up and around here and keeping this gold storage up. You have to keep that gold storage up. You don't want that to go down. And then you're going to want to wall break right into this corner here. Keep an eye out for the freeze, the rage, wall breakers. They're going to come in. I freeze this multi, I rage up the wall breakers, and leading up to here. And then these balloons are actually pretty important too, because they're actually going to pull a Seeking Air Mine right over the multi-target inferno. They're going to slowly move in, and then that rage actually helps boost them right on up. And look at that. They pull that as well. And now I have two more wall breakers, and look at this. If you drop them from this angle over here, they'll go for this wall segment. You freeze that multi-target inferno, and they're going to continue to open up that wall. That's what, 1, 2, 3, 4 layers of wall breaks right there. It's absolutely wild. If you drop the wall breakers from up top, they might go for this corner right here, even though it's already open, or they might run around this way. So you have to drop it from pretty much this angle right there so that they end up going into the core like this. So the queen is going to be able to help clear this whole top corner, and now just lallowing around with the lava hound. Maybe you just need one hound. You just take more balloons. You can kind of see, but I did try many different times on this base right here. It's definitely a really good base, so if you have it, so give it a shot. I don't know. I haven't seen some other strategies, but I've seen a similar style of bases and do really well. Pop that Grand War Internal Tome, and then this queen is still up here in the core right here. Drop the rage, but the enemy queen, unfortunately, she was starting to hit a lot of these balloons here. That eagle, my queen didn't go for the eagle right away. I still have the queen ability, which is really nice. And then I'm going to haste my way through. If that eagle went down a little bit earlier, it would have taken all those shots. But then this queen being quite annoying right there. I do have one baby dragon and loons inside this clan castle. I have to pop this queen ability to get through her. And now the queen's actually aggroing this expo. It is actually a really close attack, but you can kind of see from this, maybe you can fix up maybe an entry. If you really want to take a jump, you can take a jump in the core there, maybe to jump the back end. But and then if you don't wall break in, and you just jump, then you won't need to use that core freeze, and you can save that freeze for something else. So it's just something to keep in mind. But these minions come up clutch, and the queen grabs the air defense right there, and then that Tesla's locks onto the queen, so that nothing is going to pick off these minions. So I mean, it was a close attack, but you can see after some practice you can get it. I mean, I tried the space many times, and this was the strategy that I was able to finally triple with. But hopefully this kind of helps with some of those common bases you might be seeing in Legends League, or even in the wars as well. And that's going to wrap up today's video. I hope you guys did enjoy it. I know Queen Charge Lalo is one of the hardest attack strategies in the game, and it's just amazing and very beautiful to watch when it does go right. And it feels good when you can finally get that 3 stars. So don't give up, keep practicing it, end the FCs, and eventually you will get it. It might take you a few years, but you'll get it one day. Hopefully I'll get it one day too. But anyways, I hope you guys did enjoy today's video. If you did, make sure you guys go and hit that like button, subscribe down below for the daily content. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Carbonfin signing out. Peace.